Welcome back to Thrifted Living. My name is Kieran. In today's video, I would like to share with you a little Christmas tree decorate with me. So if you saw my recent thrift haul, I went to the thrift store and I found these 3 trees for $40 altogether, but I actually had a $10 off coupon and everything in the store was 25% off. So I think I spent like maybe $21 on them. And in today's video, I want to share with you how I decorated these thrifted trees with thrifted ornaments and some lights that I found at Dollar Tree. So I've never really had a little decorating space on our landing, and that's where these trees are going to go because the landing isn't very big, so obviously I don't want to have too much stuff on there. But when I saw these trees at the thrift store, I thought they would be the perfect size for that space. So I'm just going through and starting by separating some of the branches. What I noticed is that these trees are a couple different sizes, but they actually have a couple different parts to them. So this larger one has like 3 parts to it, which actually made it a little bit easier to go through and separate the branches because you could sort of just spin one section at a time. So I'm just going through and separating out the branches. They did have a little bit of damage to them. I was noticing as I was going through them that there were some branches missing. The pine needles on them were also falling off as well, and I don't know if that's just something that happens with the fake trees, but our Christmas tree does that a lot too. I feel like every single year we lose so many pine needles off of it. I feel like at some point there is going to be nothing left on the tree, but for now it still looks just fine. So I'm just going through and separating out these branches. And then what I started trying to figure out were the lights, and I didn't want to have to go out and buy anything. It was a Sunday when I was working on this and I was just trying to relax at home and I just really didn't feel like going out to the store. So I tried to find things that I already had at home, and I actually had a few of these lights from Dollar Tree. I had to go through and try to find batteries that worked because again, I didn't feel like going out to the store and we didn't have a ton of batteries available, but I was able to find a few to use for these lights. And this is my first time actually using any of these battery operated lights. I had originally wanted to use something that would plug into the wall, but then I realized that the landing actually doesn't have an outlet. For some reason I thought it did have an outlet, but it did not. So I'm using these strands of lights, and if I could do this again, I would definitely add more to the tree just because there weren't really a ton of lights available, but I still think it looked fine. And one of the strands of lights, actually 2 of the strands of lights had stars on them, and then the other one was just like a simple light. I had another one that was just the simple light as well, just like a typical like Christmas tree light, but it was broken and damaged. I wasn't able to get that one to work. So I actually really like how the stars look. I think they're really bright and festive. And the lights were actually a different shade than I thought they were going to be. They almost have like a blue quality to them, which I think is really pretty. And then this is the other strand of lights that is not the stars. It's just like a simple Christmas light. So I really like how they all work together, and I think they're pretty. I like this design and style on these smaller trees because I didn't want them to have too many lights, but I think it's just the right amount. If I could do it again, I might add a little bit more to the bigger tree, but I don't think it needs to have too many lights in it. And these stars are really, really pretty. As I said, this was my first time working with these stars, and I wanted to actually go to the store and try to buy some more of these star lights because I think they could be really pretty for other types of holiday decor. I just really like the style, and I just think they're really vibrant and bright. And I like how all 3 of the lights look together. The smaller lights are actually a slightly different shade than the stars, but I still think that as like an entire Christmas scene, they do work really well together. So then I went and I started decorating with the Christmas bulbs that I had just found at the thrift store. And I'm going to be sharing a thrift haul and shop with me on Friday, where you guys actually see me shopping for these items and everything that I found at the thrift store. But when I went thrifting this past weekend, the one thrift store I went to was so busy, and additionally, they had so much new merchandise. It's always fun for me when I go to the thrift store and I see new items. And the Christmas section had so many amazing finds that I was just so excited to see. And these Christmas ornaments were some of the things that I found. They were a pack of, I want to say 9 Christmas bulbs, and they were in the same color brown, which was absolutely beautiful. It has like a metallic kind of finish to it, and some of them also have glitter, and I just thought it was so pretty. But the one set of the ornaments is like, they're almost like teardrop shaped, and then the other set are circles, like just like a typical Christmas ornament, like a Christmas bulb. And I really, really love how the different shapes and styles look together. Some of them also have like the entire thing is in glitter, the entire ornament is in glitter, but the other ones have like polka dots of glitter throughout the ornament, if that makes sense. And so I really liked them. I liked the size of them as well. I was a little concerned that they were going to be too big for, in particular, the small tree, but I think that it really worked well with the style of the trees, how they're not like a typical Christmas tree. They have a little bit of a different shape to them. So I think that they look really nice, and I'm just taking some time here and decorating them using these thrifted Christmas ornaments. I also want to take a couple minutes and thank you all so much for the kind words and love and support that you shared with me on the video where I was sharing how I set up the Christmas train this year. If you haven't seen that video, I will make sure to link that above so you can watch it. But I just was overwhelmed by all of your support and love and kindness, and I wanted to give you a little bit more of a life update as to how everything's been going, because I haven't really talked much about my health or my mental health recently, but I wanted to share with you just a little bit about how I've been feeling. So I recently started working with a new psychiatrist, which has been great. They are really kind and supportive, and I'm just looking a little bit more into my diagnosis of bipolar disorder. That's something that I have been newly diagnosed with, and I've been talking a lot with them about different types of treatment and therapy and things like that. I'm looking into possibly taking a different medication and maybe altering one of the medications that I'm on currently, just to sort of see how everything can balance out. It's a little bit tricky for me because I'm still really trying to learn everything about the bipolar disorder diagnosis. It's been something that's definitely made a lot of sense for me. Like when that sort of came into the picture, everything made a little bit more sense to me. And so I'm still learning about, what my life looks like with that, in addition to obsessive compulsive disorder, also struggling with bipolar disorder. It's definitely given me a lot of clarity and a lot of just it just sort of felt like the puzzle pieces were coming together. So I'm really happy to be working with somebody who is really interested in, finding the right balance for me. And that's something that I've been really trying to work toward. I've had many better days than I had in the past before I had this diagnosis and before I started this medication. Definitely, I've had many better days, but I'm still trying to find the right balance of medication and therapy and everything that works best for me. And also, I'm really trying to learn more about, what are my signs and symptoms that I'm starting to get sick. And that's just something that I have to learn, and that just takes time. It's important for me that I talk about this with you guys now because the holidays have always been a big trigger for me, and it's been something that for a variety of reasons it has caused me distress in the past, whether it's stress over being with people because of my fear of illness and contamination, or stress with finding the perfect gift and not disappointing people. It's definitely triggered some episodes of mania and depression in me. And so the fact that I'm able to sit here with you guys and decorate a Christmas tree with you and feel very calm and relaxed and even and just very peaceful, it's huge for me. And so I want to share that with you because I know so many people are struggling in similar ways that I am, and I want to let those people know that I understand where they are, and I want them to know that it can get better and that there are supports available to help during these difficult times. And I just want that to be a message that is presented during this time of the year, because it's definitely a time of a lot of joy and happiness and family and love, but it also can be a very difficult time for people. And so I just want to share my story as a way to help encourage others and to know that they're not alone. I will continue to share my story and update you guys with how everything is going. I have a plan with my psychiatrist and definitely looking into some different options. So I just wanted to let you guys know how everything's going, and that I'm feeling good and that I'm, still working on improving and understanding everything better, but I feel really peaceful and I feel like I'm in a really great place right now. Now, to switch the topic to talk a little bit more about these trees, I was a little apprehensive because of how expensive they were that I wasn't going to really love them in our space. Like, once I brought them home, I was just a little nervous because I feel like for me, sometimes if something costs more than like $1, it's too expensive. And so when I bought these, it was definitely more of an investment, and I was nervous that they weren't going to work well in our space, but I'm definitely really happy with how they fit in our space. And I think finding these brown gold ornaments was the perfect addition for this. And what I also love is that now I have like specific decorations that go with these trees. Sometimes that just makes it a little bit easier, makes the holidays a little bit easier if you know exactly what is going to go where so you don't have to think twice about it. So here are the decorated trees. They look so pretty. I love these lights that I found at Dollar Tree, and I think they are the perfect combination. As you can see a little bit more of the glitter and the different shapes of these Christmas ornaments. I really love the style, and I just love the shade of golden brown that is a combination on the ornaments. I just think it's so pretty, and then add in the glitter. Of course, I love glitter. The only problem I had was that I cannot get the stickers off the bottom of them, so I will need to figure out how to get those price stickers off. Thank you for watching today's video and for listening to my life update. I hope this video provides encouragement and support to anyone who needs it right now. You can follow me on Facebook at Thrifted Living or on Instagram at Thrifted Living YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.